Hello, everyone. So we are going to be doing tonight the spreads that I did offer for Mother's Day. So if y'all are interested in doing those are available. But I do want to welcome everybody to the True Chakra Tarot Talk page. Like I said, so we do have two spreads tonight that are available if you choose to do so. They're both $9.99. You get a 6-card, well, it's a 7-card spread for $9.99. So one's about the inner child, and then one's basically about being, you're connecting to your divine feminine, which would be your motherly side for Mother's Day. So that's why I picked that one. But welcome, Darlene, and welcome, TT. So we're going to go ahead and start with a quote from the Keep Calm and Trust God book that I was using for a while. I kind of could not find it for a while, but my son had kind of hit it. So we're going to get back to kind of quoting that. So let's go ahead and start. God is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things, at all times, having all you need, you will abound in every good work. So basically it's saying as long as you're putting something good into something, then you can expect something good in return. But if you're not doing something good, then you will not expect something in return. So, and that is actually page 86, which I was born in 86. That's pretty ironic. So, hey, Kelly, how are you? Hi, Sabrina. So if y'all haven't checked out Kelly's channel yet, like I said, she finally has hit a little bit over 200 subscribers now in about 2 weeks now. So we want to go ahead and congratulate her. Like I said, and if y'all haven't checked her channel out, go ahead and check it out. It's a lot of great information. And she is very educated in what she speaks about. She does have backgrounds in it. So if y'all have not checked that out yet, check it out, please. So, and go ahead and hit the subscribe and notification bell. She would greatly appreciate it as well. And then I wanted to welcome Roxanne. And happy Mother's Day also to everybody. Oh, Ladybug, you're always blushing. That's why I call you Ladybug. You're always blushing. But no, seriously though, she's doing a fantastic job. She's killing it. So like I said, she's doing amazing. She's got very many inspirational videos, quotes, things to tell you kind of how to handle things. So pretty much everything that you would need, basically she isn't obviously Kelly the Advocate. So she does have some you do have a some criminal background from what I understand. And then she also does victims advocate rights. So she is educated in those areas. So, and if I got any of those wrong or any of the degrees, you can go ahead and correct it. Like I said, because I want to make sure I give you the credit, for the degrees and the study that you've done. But I do know that you are a victims advocate and that you have studied within some of the legal system and how it works. And you've been a paralegal. So, but as everybody's coming into the room, again, I want to thank y'all for coming in, like I said, and happy Mother's Day to everybody who's coming in, who's celebrating Mother's Day. Like I said, if y'all can give it a thumbs up as y'all come in, I greatly appreciate it. We are doing readings tonight, like I said, and then we can kind of talk about a few other things if you want, or maybe do, yes, there she goes. She dropped her credentials for you. So she does have a bachelor's in criminal justice, and she is also a victims advocacy for abused victims. So that is going to be her credentials. So like I said, if y'all haven't checked her channel out yet, go ahead if you don't mind. Like I said, it's very informative and it's very helpful. So let's go ahead and see. I did take down some cases earlier that y'all were interested in. So I will be doing some kings and queens tonight. I'll probably do like 2. And then I'll do a man and a woman probably. And that'll be it for tonight after the live. But like I said, yeah, so like I said, mainly tonight I kind of set it up for if y'all want to do the spreads or not. Like I said, and then, I don't want to put too much energy into that. If y'all want to go ahead and just kind of see the Kings and Queens series or some of the cases we talked about earlier, we can go ahead and do that too. That's up to y'all. Who's Kelly's did? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like she's very well educated in narcissism and how they behave and the traits that yeah. I've been posting a lot of her videos for things like that to kind of give people a clue of what's not right and what is right and how you should be treated and not treated. So I've been trying to push the videos for her so that people could kind of get better informed on the situation. Especially with so many people being on the internet and then people kind of I mean, obviously we're kind of stuck at home, so only have the internet. But besides that, just being able to pass the information, to one another through it has been helpful. Hello, Jessica. Congratulations, Kelly. So is there any particular subjects that y'all would like to talk about tonight besides the spreads that I'm offering? Hello, Jennifer. How are you? So I know I released the class yesterday, I believe it was. Like I said, and today I did something a little bit different. Maybe it was today I did the classes. I don't really remember. Days run together when you work from home, especially right now since nobody can go anywhere. So, Megan and Harry, yeah. I am gonna probably do their reading. I would much rather do theirs on the floor, to be honest, because then I can get the orbs, I can get the vibes, I can see if his mom's coming in, that type of thing. She'll step in. Hey, Jay. Hi, Phyllis. And welcome, everybody. Again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. As y'all come in, if y'all don't mind giving it a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. That way more people who are interested in maybe having these mini spreads or just being interested in the conversation altogether can go ahead and join us for Mother's Day and kind of have a girls talk. So it's kind of what it's about. It's just kind of for us to have fun together. So, no, you don't think so, Darlene? Why? I'm just curious. I'm curious. Because I have felt a little bit of oddness, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know where the oddness comes in, but I feel like he's overprotective of her very seriously. And I was going to do the reading to see why, honestly. I didn't really want to do Harry and Meghan yet because I would be throwing them into the kind of tutors category that I'm doing. But again, they are considered royalty, so I would still put them in the same category. So, Max, why are you sitting on paper, babe? Yeah, I see that. As far as her being more of the pursuer than he's more of the pursuer than what she is. But I guess I haven't really noticed any body language about her. But then again, I really haven't looked into her too much. That's why I said I'd rather much just read her. I don't know much about her. I kind of just want to know her birth date, what she's like, what she's done, how they met, and that's about all I need to know. So, like I said, that's kind of what I might do tonight. I might do them two instead of a different. I already have a case that I want to do for the Kings and Queens, but I can add them to it instead of doing another one and do a different one tomorrow night. So, because I am curious of what's going on with that, because that is very rare, very, very rare for them to handle it the way they did. So, but again, it's almost like he's being rebellious to me. And it kind of reminds me a lot of how he was, kind of like how Diana was. Like, it's not that she was like as rebellious as him, but she didn't want to conform, and he doesn't either, and neither does Meghan. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's making me feel there's some type of energy from Diana picking up, and I don't know what it is yet. So no, he never did. That's the thing. He never fit in with the family. He never has, and he's made that very clear. So was always trying to get away, which is why yeah, exactly, TT. He was always, that's why he went to the military. He did not want to be royal. That's why he left the royal family with his wife. I don't think he ever wanted anything to really do with it. I think he didn't like what he saw happen to his mother, and he didn't want the same thing to happen to his family. Now, I think obviously Kate Middleton, I want to say is her name right, and then I know it sounds horrible, and then Prince William, but like they're different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if something were to happen to his father, he would be the king, from my understanding, if I'm correct, and she would be the queen. So that's what I'm saying. As far as long as Elizabeth's alive, which she's always been alive. So, but either way, like I said, they would be the next in line to take over the throne. So I think that's the reason that if they didn't buck the system, that's why. Because they need somebody to take that place, kind of. You know what I mean? And so William and Kate are doing that. Now, Harry already knows he's never going to be king, and Meghan will never be queen. So what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of pushing something super, super hard? It's probably not going to happen. So, speaking of it, though. All right, let's see. So we'll pull a few cards, see what they say. Past, present, and future for Meghan, and then I'll clarify it with the steampunk tarot. Does y'all want to do that? Yes, exactly, Jay. They know he killed his mother. That's why he doesn't want anything to do with them. That's why he's never wanted anything to do with them. And William doesn't either, but William doesn't have a choice almost. It's like William's the next in line. Somebody has to be the king of England, right? Or UK or whatever the fuck's the same thing. I don't fucking know. The point is being somebody has to be the king, right? So once his dad's like old as shit, his mom's super old as shit. So that's what I'm saying. Once they pass, he's the next in line. So as I'm saying, like, he has to stay because otherwise there'll be nobody. So Henry knows, like I said, Harry knows that him and Meghan will never truly be king nor queen. So that's what I'm saying. So he's never ever appreciated, or not appreciated, but he's never cared for it. It's never been his focus. He's never wanted to be king. And that's why I agree with TT. He left for the military. He wanted to get away from them. I do too. I completely respect it, Jay. Because like I said, there was something not right. They set that up, and I did a reading on Diana, and it was completely set up. I can link that video. I know I always say that. If I forget, remind me at the end on the comments, but I always link it at the bottom. I've done a video on Diana, and basically it was a complete setup. So we're going to find out the recent past for Meghan, Harry, and what they're thinking now. So what is the recent past for Harry and Meghan? Prince and Princess, I guess. I mean, they gave over their title of England. What is their past? What is their past mainly focusing on? Yeah, secrets. So he's pissed. Again, it's the secrets moon. So he knows that they had something to do with his mother's death. So he doesn't want anything to do with them anymore. So he's taking his own family and his own child away from it. So that is what he is saying. Those secrets have not been revealed as they should have been yet. So he's not happy with that. So let's go ahead and see how he feels presently, how they both feel presently, and why they left. They both, because the Page of Coins. So somebody basically tried to offer them something of the earthly realm. It's brand new. It's a brand new, they've been working on it hard. So basically they put a lot of hard work into moving forward by themselves without the royal family. And not only did they do that, they kind of went ahead and went out of the, like, this is almost like conforming to the royal family, because when you look at it this way as hangman, they are very much different from the rest of us. They are royals. We are not. So whenever they conformed, they went ahead and turned around and they went and stood upright. So they went ahead to stay away from them. They wanted nothing to do with them. So that is, how do they currently feel in the future? I want to know how they feel in the future about the situation. So I'm going to ask their spirit guides to come in again with source and tell me how they feel again in the future about the situation. The Hermit. So they're going into hermit mode is exactly what they have done. They've left the royal family and they are living by themselves pretty much. They don't no longer want any titles. They don't want to be a part of it as much as that's at least what I've read, that they've claimed that they don't want the titles. They don't want to be a part of it. They don't want to be connected to the royal family whatsoever anymore. So that is how they currently are handling it in the future. They choose to stay away from them. So now we're going to use the Steampunk Tarot to clarify. Yeah, and so did Diana. She was all about charity, and so was, that's what I'm saying, and so is he. That's what I'm saying. So they're much like her together. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kelly. He's more groomed, William. He knows he has to be king. His Elizabeth and his dad ain't gonna live that much longer. I mean, what are they in their like 90s or something almost, or like 80s or something? I don't know how old they are. All I know is they're older, and so there's not that much. I mean, yeah, William used to be against it. If you watched a lot of the clips when William was younger, Jay and Kelly, he was totally against it, especially when he first got with Kate. He did not like the way that the media treated Kate. He even said that he was not going to let them drive her crazy the way that they drove his mother crazy, pretty much, or tortured her, basically. So that is the comment that he did make. But things changed later on once the children were born. So as I'm saying, something happened in between the time the children were born between them two, because their energies changed and shifted very much. Very, very much. They went more towards the queen. So, whereas before they were more leaning towards his mother. Yeah, he's just gotten older. No, I'm not saying nothing negative about him. I'm saying he's been groomed. It's kind of like a brainwashing thing. They told him what he had to do, so he did it. So, and that's what he thinks he has to do. So we're going to find out the recent past, how they feel now. Of course, the death card came out. So they are ending the cycle with this family. They want nothing to do with it. And you were seeing as they were walking away, you can almost, there's a graveyard in the background and a bit of a castle edge. So that is a card that is flipped out on its own. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle one more time. But that card was already flipped out on its own. So they are ending the death cycle. They don't want anything to do with the family anymore. Yeah, no, I think it's not his fault. Like I said, I think he was very much, I have the books where he was defending his mother when he was about teenage age. And then all of a sudden, as he's gotten married and had the children, everything's kind of changed a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and do the moon. So we're going to see why the moon is here with the Steampunk Tarot. So you have the Five of Cups come out. So someone was feeling like the grass was greener on the other side. So this is what I do feel like with them. They feel like there are secrets that are being held within the family. And I'm sorry, not the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups. So basically, they're walking away from these secrets. So the reason they're walking away from it is because it's not something they want to deal with anymore. If you see it, they're walking away from it in the night, almost like much like the man is usually walking away with a walking stick and the cups are spilled and some are standing up. So basically, they feel like there has been secrets and they don't want to deal with it anymore because they know it will never come to light. So they choose to walk away from the situation. They don't want anything to do with it anymore. They're both very well aware of what happened. So let's see why the Page of Coins is here. Because again, they have Pisces again in reverse coming up underneath, the Hangman in reverse coming up with the Knight of Swords. So it's going to be the Knight of Swords is coming in with the Page of Coins. So the Page of Coins is bringing in some type of earthly offer to kind of manipulate the mind. Maybe they were paying somebody to kind of play, or they felt that they were being paid off to kind of behave or act a certain way. But again, they did not do so. They decided to go ahead and keep conforming to the way that they wanted to. They left the royal family and they want nothing to do with them. They have no plans on coming back, and that's why they are in the hermit mode. So we're going to see why else they are in the hermit mode. In the future. Because he was going to become the emperor. So he is not going to let their energy take him over. He feels that he runs the realms. He feels that he knows things that they are not telling the truth about, which he does. And so he is going to head and run the realms now. So that is how he feels about the situation. He has taken the step to go into the hermit mode so that he can become stronger. And he will not only run England if he needs to, but he will run everything in relation to him and his children and the royal family if he has to. And I know it's running England, but he will change it if he has to. So. Yes. The boys didn't appreciate how the mother was treated. They realized she was treated very wrong. So that is something that's very important. They are, like I said, they're very well aware of how mistreated the mother was. And so I think that has a lot to do with the way they handle things now, Kelly. Yeah, take your time. So anybody have any questions about that spread? Yeah, I want to thank you everybody as you're coming into the room. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Love and light to you as well. I'm glad you can make it. Happy Mother's Day. When it goes on replay, you will see we just did one for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So we did do that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're treating their wives almost, well, at least William was in the beginning, but I feel like Harry is much treating and protecting his wife like he feels like his mother should have been. So I kind of feel like that's what that energy is about. And again, I could be wrong, but I'm saying that's what I feel. So yeah, we just did. Why are you saying William and Harry? Yeah, that's what it was. If I said their name backwards, I do this shit all the time. So, I mean, sorry. If I said William and Harry, I probably meant Harry and Meghan. So, I do know that William and Harry did do a documentary for their mother, like Kelly just dropped. And that was for them as they were younger. And they were backing her up that she was harassed and that she was mistreated by the royal family. And, okay. Do I think that Meghan and Harry will reconcile? TT? I didn't see Sandy come in. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Happy Mother's Day to you. I don't think they're going to reconcile. I don't think he wants to. I think he's over it. The whole family's screwed. Oh, yeah, I do. We'll pull a card on it real quick. I think they're going to reconcile just because of what happened to their mother. And they know that they're both trying to do the same thing. I think Harry or William will eventually snap out of it and realize that Harry was just trying to protect Meghan. So, yes, thank you, Jay. I greatly appreciate that. I said, and if y'all are interested in the spreads, we do have the PayPal and the Cash App set up. I have the Cash App name changed. I think I wrote it earlier, but it is yeah. And then if Jay can drop the PayPal link, I'd greatly appreciate it because that's the only one I don't have on hand. But I'm not doing Venmo anymore. It's not secure enough. So thank you, Jay, and thank you, Kelly. So and thank you also, TT. So we're gonna go ahead and ask if they're gonna reconcile. Yes. Well, one of them feels lied. They're coming out of an energy of feeling lied, still stolen, and cheated and manipulated from. So I kind of feel like this is William. This is William because he feels that Harry kind of ditched him a little bit and kind of took off. You know what I mean? And in a way, he did, but it was for his own family's good. It didn't have anything to do with William himself. So let's see how else they feel presently. Yes, they're feeling that the Queen of Wands. I kind of feel like this is the grandmother. They're feeling that she is very out of control, and she is the one that called the hit on her. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this because they're royals, but I'm going to say it. She called the hit on Diana. And that was in my reading. So, hi, Nikki. Welcome and happy Mother's Day to everybody who's coming in. And welcome also. Let's see what their future is going to be like. Yeah, they're going to come out of it and start talking to each other again. They love each other. I mean, they lost our mother together because of the crap that the family pulled. The crap that their grandmother pulled. The lying, the stealing, and cheating, manipulating that they did about their mother. She wasn't these things that they claimed her to be. That's what I'm saying. She was much more than that. So, let's go ahead and see what the Seven of Wands is here in reverse. So basically, she was brokenhearted. She was brokenhearted because she knows with the Three of Swords that she did not do any of those things. She was with Charles. It was her, and then he was cheating on her. And then she also felt with the death, the children, and her relationship with her new boyfriend, she felt cheated in every single way, shape, and form. So, and she felt cheated by the Queen of Wands, which I do feel like is Queen Elizabeth. So why is the Queen of Wands in reverse? Because she wanted victory over her. So basically, she didn't care if she broke her heart. All she cared about is that she had her victory, whether it was good or not. So we got one more clarifying card for if they will come together, which they will, because they are seeing all these things happening within the royal family. They've seen it. I mean, they grew up living there. So the Four of Wands, why is that here? Yeah, someone's going to come in. It's probably going to be, didn't Meghan and Harry have a boy? I'm not sure. I think it's a boy. But if it is or not, it's going to be whether William's boys are going to come in or Harry's boys are going to come in. And they're going to basically come in at a very early age. Did I miss somebody? Archie, yes. So this is going to be Archie in the near future. And that's kind of why you see this flying over his head, because he's super, super confident and he knows that they screwed him over and his parents over. So in the future, he is going to come in very quick, very fast, and he's going to come in very thought process, like that's all of the mind. And it's going to be that it's very polite, but he's going to let them know basically in the most polite way, fuck you, to be completely honest. So that's going to be his energy towards them. So yeah, he doesn't care about them. They're not his interest. Okay, so let me go ahead and check and see if I have any readings, because I didn't hear my phone go off. Okay, so I got 2 readings. We're going to go ahead and move on to those next. And I want to thank y'all for doing the readings. I greatly appreciate that. So let me go ahead and write it down in order. So I make sure I have everybody's in order. And then I'll ask you which decks you prefer to use. Okay, then which reading did you want, Joyce? I didn't have a note here. Maybe I did and I didn't see it. And then we have a Cash App one, spread about children. Okay. So that is going to be for Jamie. So Jamie is going to do the inner child. Well, I have two ones. I have one for your inner child that might be kind of interfering, or I have one for define feminine spread, which is basically your motherly energy. So whether you can go back to your childhood and kind of figure out how it's interrelated. How about we do the define feminine for you? I think that would be good. Okay. Then we got Joanna. So Joanna will be number 3. Okay, so we'll do the mother one for you, TT. Thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate it. And then, yes, so Joyce, we will be doing that one for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I do have 4 at the moment. So let me just do one thing before we get started, and then we will go ahead and move forward. So I just want to make sure I have everything and I have everybody in the right categories. All right, so here we go. And then TT, like I said, you wanted the mom. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with Jamie first because she came in first with the inner child. And then it'll be Joyce, Jay, and then TT. So we're going to do the inner child. And again, this is for Jamie. And since we're using the inner child, I'm going to use the Mermaid Tarot deck by Lisa Robertson, which is this one for you. Just because it is more light and more energetic feeling. So we'll do it that way. Thank you, Jay, and thank you, Kelly. So we're going to go ahead and start with your reading, Jamie. So are you ready, Jamie? Love that one. Okay, great. So here we go. So I'm going to ask for your spirit guides to come in with my spirit guides. We're going to combine them together to get the best answer as possible. So I'm going to scoot it back as far as I can. I will turn it down as far as I can, but I also don't want to make y'all stare at my midsection because it's not cool, but a lot of people seem to want to see the cards. So I am going to start focusing them more down at the table. So the best that I can, but I will still show them to you as they come through. So basically your inner child. So the personality of your inner child. So this is going to be, I'm going to ask, what is the personality of your inner child? What do you need to know? And how is it affecting you presently? This is going to be for Jamie. So I'm going to ask for her spirit guides to come in with Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael to go ahead and give us some answers as well as source. So, and any other spiritual ancestors or guides that want to come in and step in to help you get some clarity. And this card's already flipped over. It is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So that was flipped over already. I think, Jamie, I think you might be an earth sign. Are you an earth sign, Jamie? Unless it's a different Jamie I'm thinking of. Okay, so that's you. So right now you're feeling a bit out of your energy. And because you can always flip it around. Is the camera angle bothering anybody? I just want to make sure because I want y'all to be able to see better the cards as they're laid out, since it seems to be something that people want to see more of. So I want to make sure that y'all are happy with that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to do this reading for Jamie. So the personality of your inner child. So this is going to be the personality of your inner child, Jamie. You get 2 cards come out. So the personality of your inner child is going to be the Nine of Cups, and it's going to be the Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Swords. So therefore, whenever you were a bit younger, the inner child in you likes to overindulge. Well, not overindulge, but kind of enjoy yourself. Whenever it's in reverse, overindulging. But you are very firm in what you say and what you do and what you think. So you don't really waver your thoughts easily. So that is kind of your inner child. So you are very kind of wanting emotions and and you want things to kind of go the way you want them to, and that is what makes you happy. And you make sure that you stick to your personality and what you are offering to these people. So that's going to be the first 2 cards that came out for you. Okay, good. So thank you, Jay. And so the area in life that you need your inner child, the area in your life that your inner child causes the most problem in is going to be the 8 of Pentacles. So it's going to be working hard. And this can be, again, you did say you were an earth sign, I believe. It is saying that you are trying to put more work into something, and that you are trying to, but it causes problems sometimes. Your inner child might interrupt it sometimes. So that might be something that you struggle with from time to time. But it doesn't mean that it happens all the time. So let's go ahead and see how to nurture yourself in that area. It is saying basically to enjoy yourself so much and don't confine yourself to this energy. Come out of the devil energy in the sense of ending a cycle. So it's basically saying enjoy yourself more with your friends and your family, and to go out and have a good time from every now and then with the 3 of Cups. And then it is also saying that you can release this energy to where you feel that you are bounded and stuck, because you are not. You have a lot more free will than you realize. So the next card is going to be where it is that you need to set your limits for your inner child. Where does the limits need to be set for the inner child? The inner child is very over emotional at times, and he can bring you into a masculine energy to where sometimes you can maybe get more upset about things than you tend to, and then it kind of makes you feel that you are missing out on something and that you need to come out of that energy. But with this card in reverse, it's not letting you. So therefore you're stuck in it. So it's kind of like, in this way, it's kind of like all the possibilities, but they're not usually good possibilities, or rocks, like they're drug, sex, rock and roll card to me. So it's kind of like mischievousness and overdoing things. So whenever it's in reverse, it's kind of like you're coming out of it. But with this card in reverse next to it, you're not coming out of it as soon as you should. So somebody's rather holding you there, or you're just not ready to come out of it on your own. So where is it that you need to let your inner child run free. Where's your inner child need to run free? You need to defend yourself more with the Five of Wands. If you look at their fins, it's not like the mermaid fins. These are more like shark fins, if you can kind of see them. Like I said, they're more like tiger sharks. So they're saying they are the Five of Wands. It is a bit of bickering. So they are telling you that whenever it's time to defend yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. So that is why the devil energy and above it is reversed. So gifts that will come from healing your inner child. It's too many. Just one or two, please. You'll be able to make a decision with the Page of Cups, which is going to be it can be an immature offer or an immature opportunity, which is basically an offer, but it is of the earthly realm. So you want to remember anything that's pentacles is going to be money, jobs, something like that. Cars, families, relationships. So once in reverse, it is saying that you need to come out of the resting energy with that, because whoever is giving you this energy is kind of BSing you. So it's kind of saying to let that energy go. So let's go ahead and get your clarifying card. Do you have any questions, Jamie? Yes, because all earth signs are hard on themselves. They are. You get stuck in your thoughts, but you don't want to stay stuck there because it can be really, really difficult. So this is going to be your Work Your Light card. It's going to give you some advice. Alright, so your two advice cards come out. And it's going to be to Council of Light and no. So basically, whoever's trying to get you to react in this way, they are telling you no, to not let it happen. And they're saying go to your Council of Light. So they're saying their Council of Light is divine orchestration and helpers in the subtle realms. So whenever you're dealing with something, these are going to be the people who you want to go to, who are going to be able to bring you back into the light. And then with this one, it's going to be wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So again, whatever is happening with this Five of Wands and this resting state and this devil energy in reverse, it is saying to say no to whoever is trying to bring it in, because it is a thunderstorm in the background. So that is going to be your reading, Jamie. If you have any questions. Okay. So yeah, that would make sense. Thank you, Jennifer. I said I am moving along here. So we are moving on next to Jamie. So then we're gonna do Joyce and then Joanna. And then TT, and then I'll add you to the list. Let me just check my phone real quick. Yeah, that's the thing with earth signs, though. It's like you're going to keep doing that until it's like you drive yourself nuts, to be completely honest. And it's like you don't want to do it to yourself either, because it's not helping you. You know what I mean? It's just not. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I say that because I'm a Virgo, and I'm Virgo on fire. So it's like I get very stuck in the earthly and grounding myself, and then not reacting to certain people's behaviors. So that is something that you do kind of have to accept to kind of move on. So well, you're welcome. And I'm glad everybody's here to okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next readings. So, Joyce is next, and Joyce is doing honoring the mother, the divine mother. So you ready, Joyce? And I want to know if you want to do the mermaid or the gilded tarot. Okay. So do you want to do mermaid or the gilded royale that I normally use the most? Obviously, due to the difference in the two. I'll show you real quick. Mermaid, okay. So we're going to use the mermaid tarot for Joyce. And this is going to be honoring her divine feminine energy. So I'm going to ask her spirit guides to join with my spirit guides and to go ahead and give a clear reading. And we're going to call for source Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael to come in. So I'm going to go ahead and angle it down again. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Before I get started, I forgot to add the people to the next list, so I do apologize. Let me add them, and then we'll move on. For cutting for the cards for you, Joyce, I apologize. So, all right, so we have Jennifer. All right, and which reading did you want, Jennifer? So I can write you down before I get started with Joyce's. I do spirit guide reading, Sandy, and I can help you with that. But if you want to know their direct names, you would probably have to do past life regressions with a therapist, to be honest, because those are gonna. And most of the times, they probably still won't give you their names. It's something you kind of have to do on your own through meditation. So, again, if Jennifer Martinez is here, and she just will let me know which one she wants to choose, which out of the spreads. I think I saw it earlier, but I don't know where I saw it. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving on with Joyce's until I hear from Jennifer. I asked Joyce for her honoring the divine feminine energy in her life. Okay, thank you, Jay. So we're going to go ahead and start with Joyce now. So we're going to be honoring your divine feminine energy, Joyce. So, represent past, present, and future. So again, I'm going to turn it down so that you can see it. Yeah, meditation helps a lot for everything. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to face it down this way so that y'all can see the cards. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put you down, Jennifer, for the divine feminine. Just because that's what my spirit guides are pulling me towards for you. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and start for Joyce. Flip the page back over. So the card that represents your feminine energy. This is going to be a card that represents your feminine energy the most. You have the King of Cups in reverse. So at this very moment, you might be feeling that something or somebody around you is not maybe treating you exactly fairly. It does represent your feminine energy. So I do feel like you're a bit out of the feminine energy because maybe somebody has not treated you fairly or kind of played with your emotions. So you feel like you've had to kind of shut them down just a little bit. So I do kind of feel that energy with that card. So let's go ahead and see how you express your feminine energy. You're very abrupt about your feminine energy. You have the Knight of Swords coming in. So whenever you are not happy with something, that you will very much express it. You do not hide it. You almost come in as a tidal wave with a dress. Like I said, it seems like the dress is mixed into the wave, and you hold your sword up strong. So you make it very clear that you're not happy with the way things were handled or are handled. So how can you allow your divine feminine energy to flourish? You have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So basically, you can't walk away from whatever it is that you're wanting to walk away from, whether it be a person or a situation, because when you don't walk away, you will reap the Eight of Pentacles, which means you will reap the hard work for sticking around and putting up with the BS. And I'm not saying that you should, but it is saying that you will win in the end because you handled it correctly. So, how do you discover your feminine energy? You have to have something come out justified. So something you feel might not be justified at the moment, but whenever it comes time to be justified, it will be justified. So that is what is going to basically bring you into how you're going to discover your feminine energy. So there's going to be something within and again, you have swords here. The Justice card represents the legal system, and the Knight of Swords represents the legal system. And so you do have 2 cups and 2 swords. So you got 2 emotions and 2 thoughts. So that you can honor your divine feminine. Basically, to let whatever is trying to entrap you in your mind, the Eight of Swords, kind of let it go. Because when you look at it upside down, they kind of have you this way. They kind of are making you worry more than you should about things that you shouldn't be worried about. So when it's in reverse, it's kind of like those swords are going to drop. The blindfold is going to fall off. The bondage will fall off. And you will no longer have to worry about feeling that anxiety or that depression or whatever it is that they're causing, losing the sleep or being stuck in your thoughts. So a way that you can honor your divine mother is to come out of High Priestess energy with this person, because the High Priestess energy is Pisces in reverse. So basically they are up front showing you that they care and they love and all those things, but really in honesty, they really are kind of playing games with you. So if you look at it, it's like an octopus sucking you in tentacle wise. So they're saying to go ahead and back away from that person and that you will have more positive energy come your way. And that's going to be how to get in more connection with your divine feminine energy. So it's not saying it's anything that you've done. It's saying that somebody else around you is projecting that upon you. So let's go ahead and get your wisdom cards. Oops, I wasn't going to shuffle at all. Do you have any questions, Joyce? Which part do you need to explaining on, Joyce? Okay. All right, so you had this card come out for your Oracle card. So basically, it's been talking, longing for home, belonging, and the light worker. So again, you still are being called to some type of sort of home and some type of new belonging and a new group of people. And it's saying that is where you belong. So I think it's kind of saying don't let this person make you feel as if you don't belong, because you do. And so whatever they're telling you is not the complete truth if somebody is doing that. So we're going to have Joanna next for the inner child. Would you like the Gilded Tarot or the Mermaid, Jay? Do you have any questions, Joyce? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to do the Mermaid for you. Trying to decide if I want to do the Mermaid or the Gilded Tarot for you, Royale, Jay. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot Royale for you because you're a Capricorn, and so I feel like it's much more of a serious, more deck. So I'm going to use that for you. So we're going to go ahead and do the inner child spread for Jay. So I cannot see the comments. The camera is completely turned down. So if there's any questions, I will have to get them after I'm done with the spread. So this is going to be for Jay and the inner child that she is withholding within her, and how she can go ahead and get a better connection to it, release some energy, and find out how to move on with anything that might be holding her back in this current life. So the personality of your inner child. The personality of your inner child is saying that there is some type of thing that is bothering you of the past that might be kind of causing some sleep, anxiety, depression, or well, not sleep, but insomnia, anxiety, or depression. It might be haunting you a bit in the past, but it's something that's not, I don't feel like it's super deep. I just feel like it's something that every, from time to time, that you do think about. That's kind of how I feel about that when I pick up the energy off those cards. So we're going to see the area of life that your inner child causes the most trouble in. Okay, so it is going to be within the home, and it doesn't have to be within your home. It can be within other people's home. Maybe say that you don't get along with a family member so well, so you might choose to not really have communication with them because of their behavior. But it is saying that there is something coming into the home that you're not happy with at the very moment, and that causes problems with your inner child. So how do you nurture yourself in that area to make it stop? You're going to have to surrender to whatever happened a little bit in the past and know that whether it be right nor wrong, that you're going to have that somewhat, you'll have to come out of that energy of the Six of Cups. And then the anxiety from it, from being in the childhood, and then it affecting how you feel as an adult. Because unless you surrender to it, it's going to always kind of bother you a bit. So let's go ahead and see where to set your limits for your inner child. Where does your inner child's limits need to be set so they don't interrupt your life anymore? Basically, they need to stop pretending like they have better things coming towards them, because they don't. They're not looking at your relationship, your family, and your job. They're looking at what everybody else has. So that's the inner child's problem. That is what their issue is. They want you to kind of follow their lead and do what they say because it makes them feel better because that's what they want. But that is not what you want anymore. And you haven't for a long time. How do you let your inner child run free so that they can leave you alone with a lot of this stuff? So basically, the Nine of Cups. So kind of, it's going to be in reverse. So it's going to say basically to shut down the emotions that they are trying to push upon you. Because whenever they act this way and they want you to surrender, they are saying that you do not have to surrender if you do not want to. Because this is the card that is underneath it, pretty much next to it. And this is the card that is next to it. So they are saying that you do not have to surrender to this cups of emotion that these people are, or this inner child is making you feel. The gifts that you're going to get from healing your inner child. It's going to end whatever cycle that you feel like you can't end at the moment. So the death cycle will go into reverse and it will stop. So whatever is bothering you at this moment that has to do with anything of the past, it will be ended very soon. So basically, like I said, you know, the personality of your inner child is holding on to something that they felt needed to be adjusted. But in the area of your life, your inner child causes the most problems is within the home because they keep on they want you to nurture yourself, but in the reason of nurturing yourself, surrendering to something of the past is not really nurturing yourself. So therefore, the limits that need to be set between your inner child is to appreciate what you have and don't pay attention to what you don't have. Don't pay attention to the emotions that they are bringing in, and to go ahead and let the cycle end with whoever that might be, who is ever causing you problems. So we're going to go ahead and do the work your light, and I'll give you some advice for that day. And then I'll get ready to turn the computer up in a minute. All right, so the cards you had fall out. You had 2. So you have Mirror and Unbound. So yes, they're telling you what or who or what is triggering you. Somebody is making you feel this way with the emotions and all those things. So it's saying who and what is triggering you to kind of come out of that energy, because it's not helping you at all. It's only making you reflect more on what is bothering. And then Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So it's kind of letting go of people who you thought were there to be supportive but weren't. So it is saying it is okay to let go of any past relationships that you feel did not benefit you, and there should be no guilt on anyone's part of having to do so. So, thank you, Joyce. I love you too. Do you have any questions, though? You're welcome, Jay. Did that make sense for you, though, for the situation? And then, of course, you can text me if you have any questions. Okay, good. So then we're going to be moving on. And again, I want to thank y'all all for donating to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to Titi. And she's going to be doing Defined Energy Spread, or Defined Feminine Energy Spread. So would you like the Gilded Royal Tarot that I just used for Jay, or would you like the Mermaid TT? Hi, Jeannie. How are you? I was wondering what happened. I couldn't find you earlier on here. Yeah, poor Rex. He wants to keep walking across the computer, but... Oh, you want the steampunk or that? Well, since we're doing more positive things for Mother Day, we're going to do the mermaid. Because the steampunk is going to be more dark, and you don't really want to do that for that. Not for Mother's Day. You know, well, I'd much rather use a mermaid. I think that is more what I'm getting pulled towards you. Hi, Jeannie. Yes, he does love the computer. Yeah. He's like sitting right on y'all's list, if you can see. He's sitting on the list and all around all my cards. He ain't playing. He's like in for it. But I can't read anybody's name because he keeps sitting on the list. So. All right, so TT again, we are going to do honoring the divine feminine for you. I'm going to ask for your spirit guides to come in with my spirit guides. Give us a clear picture and understanding of what is going on as far as the divine feminine energy that they would like you to tap into, where you are now, what they would like you to do, and where they are expecting you to go in the future with it. So, Joe Exotic is nuts. So, anyways, so first is going to be, the first card that comes out is going to represent your feminine energy. So, what card represents, there we go. And basically at the moment, your feminine energy is feeling a bit out of balance because you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So, you have very much, you have basically accumulated wealth and abundance, but you did it in a emotional, proper way. Now, when it's in reverse, you just want to make sure. Now, I don't want to say like whenever things happen, you rub it in people's faces, but it's kind of like I told you I could do it. You know, like it's almost like if people doubt you, you make a point of that you could do it. And so you don't really let them play with your emotions and your mind too much in that sense. So you let them know that you're very much capable of it. How do you express your feminine energy? The cards mixed in here that shouldn't be. All right, so the energy, how you express your feminine energy. Whenever you express your feminine energy, you kind of like to go out and have a good time. Again, you are young, so you do like to go out and have a good time, but they're just saying be careful when you go out to have a good time that it doesn't that there's no overindulgence, and that you learn how to balance out having a good time and doing what you need to do still, which I think that you very much do. So, how can you allow your divine feminine energy to flourish from now on? They're saying you're going to have to answer a judgment call. And you're going to have to answer a judgment call to somebody who you might not really care to talk to. And it is going to be a King of Pentacles. So it's going to be somebody who is a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo possibly. But they do usually run the earthly realm. So basically you're being called to speak or act upon this person. So that is what they're asking you to do. So that's how you're going to come into your divine feminine energy. That's how it's going to help you flourish. So how do you discover your feminine energy? You're going to have to, you're going to have to spin the Wheel of Fortune. So basically, you're kind of just going to have to do it. Like, I mean, I know there's some things that maybe you're hesitating on, but whenever it comes time, they're telling you you're going to have to say it. You're going to have to do it, whether you really want to or not. So it's going to be very vital to the situation. And it's going to bring your feminine energy back in. A way that you can honor your divine feminine. Accept love when it comes and let it balance itself out. Because I think sometimes whenever you get offered relationships that you don't always take them and you don't accept them for what they are. But it is saying not everybody that comes to you is trying to do the Two of Pentacles on you and play tricks and play with your mind. So now they're trying to balance out things, but they're not always trying to take advantage of you. So that is kind of what I feel like that energy is telling you. I don't know, my cat just knocked over. I apologize. So a way that you can honor your divine mother. Basically, just the Knight of Cups. So basically, they're saying come in very quickly and learn to focus on the emotions that you want and the emotions that you want to create. And that when you focus on those things, they will come to fruition. That is why you see him focusing on the cup and he is staring straight into it. It's almost like a glass ball in a way. He is focusing on his emotions. So there's going to be those cards for your spread. Teasing them, I do your work your light cards. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see them after I do your work your light. Okay, good. All right, so you had 2 cards pop out already. So it's going to be for you, ZZ. Well, actually, you had 4 pop out. So they're telling you to break the chain and share your voice. So basically, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, and share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. So they're saying whatever you're holding back that you do not want to come out and say, they're basically telling you it is time to come out and say it, and that'll make all the difference in the world. So they want you to do that. And then there is crumbling because of the boundaries have been crossed. So there's a crumbling. What are you clinging on to, and where do you need to establish better boundaries? So there has been a crumbling of certain boundaries and things that should not have happened because maybe boundaries were not set down in the beginning, but now they are telling you to set them down and that you have the power to do so and that you are balanced. So that is going to be your advice. So next we have Jennifer. Let me check and make sure. And if TT doesn't have any questions. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry it's going that way, TT. But let me make sure if I get anybody else. I'll take a couple more readings, but that'll be it. I think after that, we have Jennifer next. If Jennifer's here and she is ready, we're going to be doing the Divine Feminine again for her. All right, so Jennifer is here. Would you like to do the Gilded Tarot? That's going to look more like this. Or would you like to do the Mermaid? That's going to look, more like this. It's more of like an aerial theme. And this is more of like the traditional wider weight theme, but a little bit more advanced. So whichever one you prefer is going to be the one that we'll go ahead and give you. And then we'll give you your Oracle card for your advice. The first one I showed. So you want this one? The more traditional? I want to make sure because this is the first one I did pick up. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do honoring your Divine Feminine energy here. This is going to be for Jennifer. And I will turn it down as we shuffle it more. You know, I don't know where Lisa is. I'll see if she comes in. I'll text her real quick. She might not have got a notification. I know she wasn't feeling too good. Who is the other person? Oh, Anne might just be busy. I don't have Anne's number or her email. She kind of she pops in whenever she's free. So I know she's got a lot going on at home, so she might just be busy right now. So she might check up with it later, the chat. So again, this is going to be for Jennifer. And we're doing the honor and the defined feminine energy. We're going to find out what it is that they want you to know, what it is that they want you to kind of implement into your life, and what it is that they are expecting from you from the future from doing this. So the first card is going to represent your feminine energy. You are the Queen of Cups. So I don't know what sign you are, but it is showing up as an emotional sign. You do see the dogs here. So it is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So that is the first card that is going to show up for you. So the second card is going to be how you express your feminine energy, which is going to be somewhat, I feel, cup-wise still. We do have two cards flip over, so we'll take them both. And again, there is cups. So you have a Page of Cups coming in and who wants to defend the Seven of Wands energy. So basically, you come in a little bit harsh sometimes and you feel that you try to push away anybody who's bringing in negative energy because you don't want that because you are upright. So you want them to go away with that negative stuff. You don't want it around you. So, and that, basically is how you express your feminine energy. You let people know that you are very much emotional and you run off of that. And that is okay because you are upright. You're not reversed. So how can you allow your divine feminine energy to flourish? You have a lot of cups. So I do feel like you have a lot of water. I don't know if you are a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, but you have Two of Cups in reverse. You're going to have to let go of something. You're going to have to end some type of friendship, relationship, maybe a brand new relationship to flourish. Because it's not giving you what you need at the moment. I'm not saying you can't reevaluate it later and readjust to it later, but at the moment, it's not giving you what you need. How can you discover your feminine energy? It's taken to take a new opportunity with the Ace of Swords. So basically, the Ace of Swords is a brand new thought opportunity. It can be a job, it can be an offer, or it could just be a thought in your head. So it is saying to go ahead and take that opportunity because that you deserve it. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some more. We have two more cards coming out for you with the Oracle. So a way that you can honor your divine feminine. Communicate better. When something's bothering you, don't hold back so long to let people know it's pissing you off. Let them know that you don't like it and you don't appreciate it and to back up, basically. Even if it has to be through text, letters, proof that you're telling this person with this new thought to back off with action, then you're going to have to do that because this person is trying to play with your divine feminine energy and it's not their right to do so. So basically, a way that you can honor your divine mother is stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself with the Five of. It is a bickering card, but it is saying that this person, whoever you're dealing with, seems to be bickering a lot. And so it's kind of like you really aren't left with any other choice but to kind of dump the cups out on them and move on because they're not giving you any other choice to do so. So let's go ahead and do the Work Your Light Oracle. If you have any questions, Jennifer, just let me know. I'll flip the screen up soon and I'll see them. And if you need any clarification, I can give that to you as well. I want to thank you again for everybody's donation to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I should have 4 come out too. Basically, they're saying take a break. Keepers of Earth, get grounded, which much goes with Earth, and Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So take a break because Anna, grandmother of Jesus, says that you need to. Seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plans. So that is what this person is telling you, your spirit guides. And then it's saying to take a break. A life's work is not a season. Get off of the treadmill already. So basically, whatever's going on, there's not really too much you can do about it. So they're basically saying just take a break from whatever's going on in your life emotionally. And they are saying keepers of Earth and get grounded. So you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So they are saying that you need to get grounded and connect with nature more, which means go outside, plant, dig your toes into the dirt, go outside, get near the ocean if you can. Anything that's outside, playing with, planting plants, anything Mother Nature, basically, is what they're telling you to kind of go ahead and go towards. So if you have any questions, Jennifer, if you let me know, I'm looking right now. Thank you, Joyce. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Kelly. I greatly appreciate it. You're awesome as well. I can. I usually do pendulum answers instead of cards if you prefer to do that. If you just want a yes or no. Yes, thank you for the donation, Kelly. We greatly appreciate it. But if you want to do, I do 5 questions for $3.99 or $4.99. So it depends on, I don't know what Super Chat gives you the choice of making. I don't know if you can slide the scale or not, but usually it's 5 questions for $4.99, and it's yes or no questions. Yes, Thor. Thor has right there. He heard you talking about him. Yes, yeah. It's saying basically just ground yourself a little bit more. Even if you go by grounding crystals. Oh, he's built like a man. Trust me. I'm surprised he ain't shaking his head no right now. Like I said, he is very proud of himself. So, but yes, try to connect with Mother Nature no more. Even whenever you're grounding yourself, you can smell basil, taste it. Taste if you plant cherries, or not cherries. If you plant tomatoes, things like that, just even taking a little bite of it and just tasting it, that's grounding. Anything that you do that's outside is grounding. So, yeah. I mean, it might be, Jennifer. But again, as you ground yourself more, it'll help you a lot more. So you won't have to think so hard about what it is that's exactly bothering you. So I think Jennifer is the last reading that we got. So it's probably going to be the last one I'll take for tonight because I am a bit tired from doing some of the stuff earlier and then doing the readings tonight. I do plan to do some more of the other stuff, but I'm going to wait probably till tomorrow to do all of the kings and queens. So I'm going to try to see if I can get anything done tonight. You're welcome, Jennifer. Thank you. Like I said, thank you, Kelly. I greatly appreciate it. Who said he doesn't want to respect you this afternoon, TC? Thor? Let's see. Let's see what Thor has to say about TT. Oh. Here, let's see. Do you feel that UTT should not have been disrespected this afternoon? He's saying no. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Aerosmith, right? I know. He is just built like the man. Look at that crystal at the bottom. He's a man. And he's got a lot of crystal balls to share with us. So, you're welcome, Jamie. I don't know. Yes, his name is Thor. And the reason his name is Thor is because he thinks he's built like Thor. So that's kind of the whole purpose of it, to be honest. So, oh yeah, every time I say Kings and Queens, Kelly, it reminds her of Aerosmith. So, I'm gonna try to do. I have one that's really long, but then I have one that's short. So I might do the shorter one tonight and do the longer one tomorrow. Tomorrow, because look at her writing it. I don't know. We'll see. I might just do the one. But yeah. Well, most pendulums are made of crystal. Now I get what you mean. He's not made of a type of crystals that they made sound like had to be made of this. Oh, look, it almost broke anyways. Crap. So it doesn't have to be made of this to work. It doesn't have to have all these fancy tools at the end to work. So Thor works way better than this shit does. So yeah, that's what I think of that. So even though he is not technically some of the crystals that they put onto it, he is much more genuine, he is much more loving, and he much more takes care of me than what they ever intended with the crystal pendulum that they sent me, and he is agreeing, so I'd have to go with Thor. So don't disrespect me, bro. So, do y'all have any questions, I guess, before we get ready to sign out? We're going about an hour and 30 minutes, and I would like to go ahead and eat because I haven't eaten since lunch, and I am hungry. And kind of want to spend the rest of the evening with the children. Well, they're asleep, but, you know. Moms stare at their kids. So... I apologize for yawning. Let me make sure I got everybody. Crystal, where's Thor? Thor just has chakra crystals. They're not like they're just the color of the chakras and the crystal. They don't have to be crystals like this hanging from something, or crystals that are shaped like this to I have one because these people sent it to me, but it wasn't sent with good intentions. So therefore I don't use it. Now, was it sent with bad intentions? Yeah. Do you have any bad intentions towards me, Thor? No. So that's the difference. Even though this is more genuine, they say, it has bad intentions behind it. Now, Thor is made of chakra crystals, but he is better intended, and he is given to me by my mother, which means that she has no ill intentions behind him. Correct, Thor? My mother has the best intentions behind it. Correct. So that is what he is saying. Good night, TT. Good night, Jamie. Hi, Anna. We're getting ready to sign off soon. But welcome, and thank you for joining the chat. Like I said, we're going about an hour and 30 minutes. So we did do our readings already. And if you're interested in the readings that are offered tonight, my email is in my about section, and you're more than welcome to. Yes, they're both beautiful, but the one that was given to me with the actual crystals on it was given to me for the wrong reasons. So I prefer Thor over the other one, because Thor is more genuine and Thor is more loving and he cares more. So he's more protective. So I don't use the other one. I just cleansed it, kept it for the crystals, but I don't use it. You're welcome. Most pendulums will kind of call to you, or if they're gifted to you, they're usually gifted to you by somebody, as long as they're good intentions. They're gifted to you by somebody who is drawn to them for you. So, I know it's fine. That's why I keep them back there. I've already cleansed them. I've already completely cleansed the stones and did everything I need to do. I just keep the stones for what they are. If they are even what they say they are. But I guess I'll figure it out soon, right? I know ever since I cleansed it, the negative energy from it is stopped. So that's all that matters, I guess. So again, though, this one, the sun catcher. I mean, it might reflect sun because it's got crystals, but we got it from a metaphysical store. It's not a sun catcher; it's a pendulum. So we got it from a metaphysical store in town. Now, it does reflect it if you hang it in front of the window or a light, because it is made of crystals, but it mainly is a pendulum. That's why it's on the wire for you to use it for that, or for no, you're fine. You can use it for that whenever you're trying to bring in positive chakra energy into your room, or you can use it whenever you just want to answer questions. Or have answers to questions. So it's kind of whatever you want to choose to do with it. So, but does anybody else have any questions before I get ready to sign out? As I know, I said I'm getting a little bit hungry, and so I do want to eat. And, I want to wish all y'all, again, a happy Mother's Day, and thank you for joining me. I said once the video it takes a second to upload, but once it uploads, it'll start all over from the beginning, and y'all will get the readings that we did in the beginning. I believe it was on Meghan and Harry, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and then I forget already who the second one was. I'd have to look back at it, but I think it was rather The Boys Will Start Talking Again. But yes, y'all have a good night. Like I said, I want to thank y'all for joining me, and all the mothers and fathers playing both roles. Happy Mother's Day and happy Father's Day to y'all too, because I'm sure you're playing both roles. They're at the very beginning, watching you, So whenever the video re-uploads, like after I end the live, it'll take about 20 minutes to up. I mean, you can watch it usually right away, but it'll kind of have a bit of a delay at first, and then about 10 to 15 minutes after, then it plays like normal. So thank you, Jamie. I greatly appreciate that. I said, but yes, yes, it's okay. Like I said, I mean, it doesn't always give notifications when it's supposed to. So there's actually a few people I had to kind of text to let them know what was going on. But well, I'm glad you're back, Darlene. But we're getting ready to go. Like I said, because I'm gonna get ready to eat and stuff. I haven't eaten or anything, so and I'm tired. So and I do have the readings for the kings and queens and everything, like Aerosmith and stuff, like Kelly said. So I'm gonna try to do one of the kings and queens tonight, and then we'll just see what we get done tomorrow. You know, I said I think I have maybe 2 or 3 more personals, and then I got the kings and queens, and then a couple of the series that I'm gonna add to that I have left, but then I'll be done. You have a good night too, Jeannie. I said everybody else have a good night too. Like I said, I know I've been saying like bye for like 10 minutes, but y'all have a good night. Like I said, I want to again wish all of y'all happy Mother's Day. I want to thank y'all for spending it on the chat with me. I greatly appreciate it. And again, just thank you for being part of the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, it wouldn't be a channel without y'all. So I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all, and all the kind support, loving words that y'all put into it. So again, I want to thank you from the True Chakra Tarot Talk fam, and also AKA Southern Soul Tarot fam, because I still claim both names because I am. So good night to everyone, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great one, and y'all take care. Love you guys.